Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I know it's been a while, in fact it's been over a month, but yeah, summer was ending and school started, so I just wanted to have a lot of free time. But yeah, so it's been over a month, but we're going to go back to a regular posting schedule. So without further ado, let's get started. So yeah, we are looking at the GFS model, and really this is just going to be a hurricane season update in general. So we're going to be looking at the landfall areas, ocean temps, but we'll also look at the models to see upcoming tropical systems, as also all those 4 areas in the National Hurricane Center has marked. So yeah, we do see Invest 90L, which is by the Leeward Islands, shows it hitting the Dominican Republic or Haiti, and then it goes north and it gets near Newfoundland but turns away. And then we have another area which is coming off the coast of Africa, which shows going out to sea as a pretty strong major hurricane. So yeah, we definitely do have things shown in the models. We do have Invest 90L hitting Newfoundland and then some other systems on the Canadian model. And if we go to the 0Z, we do see that nothing much is shown, but something comes through from Central America, becomes something in the Bay of Campeche, and something comes off the coast of Africa and becomes a hurricane as it treks across the Atlantic. If we look at the Invest 90L, we do see the model intensity guidance. Most show it becoming a tropical storm. One shows it becoming a Category 1. And we do see that recurvature around 5 to 6 days out. GEPS, of course, shows that getting pretty strong, 976 millibars that heads north, and GEFS shows it becoming even stronger. Some of those show to the 940s of millibars. And then 99L, really nothing shown because most don't show it becoming a tropical storm. And 98L, a lot do show it becoming a tropical storm, as we can see there. But then we also do see it's really just going out to sea. But yeah, definitely something to watch. If we look at the ocean analysis and we go to the North Atlantic, we do see 30 and 31 degrees Celsius through the Gulf of Mexico. We do see a Gulf loop there. And then the Gulf Stream, pretty warm, 30 degrees Celsius. In the Northern Caribbean near Cuba, 31 degrees Celsius. And just widespread 29, 28 degrees Celsius across the Atlantic and MDR. So really any low pressure systems that come through will strengthen if the shear is there. If the shear is not there and doesn't weaken a lot. Now, El Nino has gotten a lot stronger. The plus 1.139 now, so we have finally made it over plus 1. We were kind of stalling there for like a month or two, just below it. So yeah, but now we are above it. So it is strengthening. El Nino is strengthened a lot, and we do see that here. But then, of course, widespread above average sea surface temperatures across the Atlantic. But this thing has happened before. Or I think it was either 2019 or 2017, but the Atlantic was still warm, just because, well, the ocean temperatures can stay warm. So really, while it's not usual, it can happen, and it has happened multiple times before, so nothing really new. And NOAA, of course, has updated their hurricane season forecast. They are now expecting 60% chance of an above normal season. CSU is going for above normal season. CSU shows 160 ACE, and they're showing like 18 named storms or something like that. And the NOAA is showing up to 21 named storms, up to 5 major hurricanes too. And hurricanes is like we could have up to 10 hurricanes potentially, even maybe more than that by some forecasts. So really, the Atlantic is starting to become much stronger. If we look at the CMC, we're going to go actually weekly, and we are going to go to the shear. And we do see how the shear is kind of strong right now according to CMC, but they're definitely blowing this up a bit. But we do see into September the shear kind of calms down. So really that could be where we have systems starting to form. As well as if we go to the MSLP anomaly, really the Bermuda High kind of stays to the northeast, but the GFS does show a ridge forming somewhat. You see how this system didn't immediately dead go north. It kind of just stayed a little bit to the south. So that, or that could be a situation where we have things going at the Florida, the East Coast, and the Gulf Coast. And really, guys, so this video is kind of a little messy. I'm just talking a lot. I'm not showing everything. There's no graphics because, you know, it's the first video back in a long time. We will definitely get back to the good video quality beforehand in a couple of videos or the next video. But, yeah, really, my risk area, I would say, has increased a lot for the western and central Gulf of Mexico. I would put those areas at above average risk now. But really, it's not the highest risk still. I'm still putting it on southern Florida East Coast areas, as well as the Florida Panhandle and coastal Carolinas. And really, we do see that in these new analogs that just came out. Florida has been kind of blown up, but actually, you see Louisiana and Texas are kind of below average. But I'll show the other analog that shows those above average in a second. But we do see through the Florida Peninsula, and Florida Big Bend, and just through the Carolinas, just Florida in general, especially the peninsula, like I just said, very above average. We see those in those dark reds, a lot of systems going through there. So while it's not, the analogs are still loading. If we go back here, you can kind of see it. Yeah, it just has some random years up there. We do definitely see that the land area risk has significantly increased. So really, we are going to have to watch out for that. Really just anywhere from Florida to the Carolinas based on those analogs. But here we do see Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama at a higher risk, as well as the Florida Panhandle, Big Bend, and Carolinas. So really, those areas will have to watch out for any tropical cyclone impacts. And finally, if we go to the forecast models and we go to the world, we're going to go to CFS Weekly, and I have to find it. Here we go. We do see a lot of rising air in the Atlantic right now, and that's where we're seeing all these areas. Now, that rising air will begin to leave, but then again, not before September, where it's still going to be present, where we could see a lot of systems coming through, and then mid-September, I meant a sinking air for the green, and then rising air, which is not very favorable. That orange colors, that comes in for mid-September, but that leaves quickly. And depending on how a ridge forms, if one forms, I would put the Florida to the Carolinas and through Texas. Mainly, like I said, Florida East Coast, Florida Panhandle, coastal Carolinas, and maybe to Louisiana. Those are the highest risk areas. And the Caribbean, Bahamas, and Cuba really have to watch out too. If we look at the EPS ensembles and we go to the ensemble members, we do definitely see a lot of these do show, we see by the Bahamas, some kind of big risk. And those all go towards Newfoundland, and then they start going all over the place. And again, if we go to GEFS, same thing, except a little more on a consensus towards Newfoundland. And then, of course, just GEFS does what it does, starts showing random systems. And then GEPS, while not really as much used, definitely more of a consensus. We see how it shows Invest 90L really getting its act together. And a lot of those also go towards Florida, the Carolinas, and one even shows a 955 millibar system going into Texas. Now, obviously, those outliers are not very reliable, but we have to watch out for all of this. So really, that's going to be it. I would say keep an eye out for systems. Really, a lot of areas are at risk, whether it's just a tropical storm or a major hurricane, whether it's marine impacts, wind or rain, all will affect you depending on where you are. And we'll have to watch out for this. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.